Welcome to the University of Wyoming's Animal Behavior Study of the Week. I'm Erika.
And I'm Caleb.
And today we're going to talk to you about imitation and traditions and wild banded mongooses in Uganda.
Let's start by talking about what exactly a mongoose is. So a mongoose is a small carnivore that lives in heavily male-populated groups of 5 to 40 individuals. A mongoose baby is called a pup, and each pup is paired with a non-breeding male called an escort, and the escort teaches the young pup how to be a mongoose.
So since we're going to talk about teaching, it's important to get a couple of definitions out of the way. Imitation occurs when an individual exactly copies the behavior of the mentor, and it should be evolutionarily adaptive, which means it should help the individual in the long run. A behavioral tradition is an enduring behavioral practice that is shared by several individuals of a species and is transmitted through social learning, which brings us to the question, what is social learning? So social learning is when you scrounge for information. So if you're figuring it out on your own, then you're gaining information honestly, but it's going to take you a lot longer. And if you're learning socially, then you're being an informational parasite, which means you're stealing someone else's knowledge, but it's probably better for you.
Let's talk about the study that was conducted to figure out the learning in the mongoose. So 5 groups of wild, individually recognizable mongooses were selected in Uganda, totaling 127 individuals. Each group used multiple foraging strategies, either cracking an egg with their mouth or smashing it against a rock or the tree. And each individual has its own preference of method. The escort was given the new food item, a plastic egg that they had not seen before, and they could open it either way without the pup present. 2 to 4 months later, the same experiment was done with the pup present, and the pup essentially learned from the mentor. They then retested the pup 4 to 10 months after the final trial, and the pups typically used the technique that they were taught.
So this seems like it might only be important if you're a mongoose in Uganda, but it's actually quite a bit more projectable onto other species. So it's one of the first studies that's showing tradition in wild mammals, because other studies have mostly done this in captive animals. This study also used same group replication, which increases the universality of the study, which means that we can project it onto other species. It also shows that imitation and social learning is much more widespread than we previously believed, because we thought it was restricted to larger brain animals like primates and whales or dolphins.
This has been your segment of University of Wyoming's Animal Behavior Study of the Week. I'm Caleb.
I'm Erika. Have a good night.